When we're solving multi-step equations, our primary goal, well, our only goal really, is to isolate the variable. To do that, what we're really doing is reversing the order of operations. But another way to think of it is this 7-step process. So if you struggle to kind of conceptualize what that reverse looks like, you can follow these steps in order to isolate the variable as well. So the first thing that I always do is I look for what I call the big ugly fraction. So if there's an extra term, you're going to get rid of the denominator by multiplying. So for example, if we have 3x plus 4 over 2 is equal to 14, in order to get rid of that denominator, we would multiply both sides by 2 and it would cancel out. Once I get rid of my big ugly fraction, I want to use the distributive property. So the distributive property is when you have a number and it's outside of a set of parentheses. And you get rid of those parentheses by using the property. So you would multiply 2 by everything that's on the inside. So 2 times x would be 2x, and 2 times 4 would be 8. So that lets us get rid of those parentheses and to move on to the next set, or the next step of solving our equation. Our next step is just to combine our like terms. So if we have something like 2x plus 4 plus 3 plus 7x equals 4x plus 2 plus x. So when we combine our like terms, we look for anything with a variable on the same side. So 2 plus 7 is 9. And then we look for our constants. So positive 4 and positive 3. Put those together and you have positive 7. And you want to make sure you're only combining on the same side of the equal sign. So on the opposite side of the equal sign, we have our 4x and our positive x. Notice I'm circling the addition or subtraction sign in front of it as well. So 4x plus x is 5x plus 2. So we combine our like terms. Once we combine our like terms, we want to zero pair the extra variable. So my recommendation is that if there are variables on both sides, you want to get rid of one of them. And it's easier in the end if you get rid of the smaller one. By doing this, you make your variable positive, hopefully, and that makes it easier later on when you're eliminating the coefficient. So if I have 3x plus 4 equals x minus 8, between 3x and x is smaller, so I'm going to get rid of it by doing the opposite. So the opposite of positive x is minus x, or negative x, which will cancel out on the right hand side and leave me with 2x plus 4 is equal to negative 8. So I've now zero paired my extra variable, and then I need to zero pair the extra constant. To do this, I'll eliminate the constant that is currently on the same side as the variable. So if I take that exact same problem, my plus 4 is on the same side as my variable, so I'm going to subtract it on both sides. And that turns into 2x equals negative 12. From there, I divide in order to eliminate the coefficient. So if I use the exact same problem, I divide both sides by 2 to get my answer of x equals negative 6. And then step 7, you don't always have to do it because it's not always going to be relevant to the problem, just like some of these other steps. But if you end up with a fraction that can be simplified, go ahead and simplify it. And then that's really all you have to do in order to solve multi-step equations.